Hi guys, it is Sahara back with another What Sold video. I think I'm going to skip the intro and just jump right into it this time to keep things simple. So I'm going to do 2 weeks of sales all at once, and I actually forgot to add up the 2 weeks together, so let's just do it right here. The first week, week 2 of August, I did $1,556.27 in sales, plus $1,216.51 in sales for the third week. So $2,772 in sales for week 2 and week 3 of August combined. So that would put us at about probably like $5,500 to $6,000 for the month if it continues the same way. Definitely down a little bit, but I also have not been putting as much time into my resale business this month. It was our first month starting homeschooling, and I just feel like I've had a lot on my plate, and I haven't had as much time to like go sourcing and stuff. So I haven't been working as much, so I'm making a little less, but that's all right. It is still holding pretty steady. I think I'm doing about $200 a day on average in sales right now, so I'm happy with that. I would still like to get back up to more like $300 a day like I was doing for a couple months, and I hope that as we get into the fall and winter season, that'll happen. So let's get right into the sales. At first, I'm going to show you some of the best sales of the month, items that typically sold really fast for me in just a couple of weeks or maybe a month or less, and that sold for a decent profit. And then at the end, I will show you some items that were flops that didn't perform how I was hoping they would. So this first item is a brand you should definitely be on the lookout for. I actually hadn't found this line before. It's called Lago, but the other name of this brand is called Lunya, and they're basically very high-end washable silk pajamas. These retail for a lot of money. I found 2 of these at the bins with no flaws. Other than being a bit wrinkled, there were no flaws, and they both sold in less than a week for around $30 to $40 each. You could probably get even a little more for them if you were willing to wait a little longer. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Another 100% silk item that I picked up that I went back and forth on. I wasn't sure if I'd pick it up or not. The style I wasn't sure if people would like, but I grabbed it anyways. It was a size 14. It was just like a 100% silk jacket blazer by Liz Claiborne, and this came from the bin, so I probably had like $1 into it, and it sold really fast on Poshmark in just a couple days for 24 bucks. So I was pretty happy with that. The next item from the bins, this is definitely a Bola brand. I'm going to look out for. Wow, dang, I didn't take a picture of the tag. That is so unusual. But the tag is called Jam's World, and they're just these super bright, like artsy, colorful designs, and these go for a lot. They make dresses, pants, all kinds of things. Let's see if I click on the brand on here and we go look at another item, if I can find what the tag looks like for you here. So yeah, this is what the tag would look like. It might vary a little based on when the piece was made, but yeah, that's what the tag looks like. So definitely be on the lookout for those. You can usually always get about 30 bucks, if not more. This is another brand I haven't found a lot, but I grabbed it at the bins, and they had a decent sell-through rate. These ones were a size small, so I listed it a little bit cheaper, and they're also like swim trunks. So we're going out of summer, so I'm actually like trying to pick up less swimwear and stuff like that unless it's a really good brand, and I'm selling them for a little bit cheaper and trying to clear in some of the stuff I have left over from summer. So anyways, I listed these a little bit cheaper. I got an offer for $15 and I just took it because they came from the bins, but definitely be on the lookout for these chubbies swim trunks if you see them at the bins or an affordable thrift store. Okay, the next item that sold was these Allen Edmonds men's dress shoes. I don't pick up a lot of men's dress shoes, but this is one of the only brands I'm always looking out for because they perform really well. This style, I personally like this style a lot. I think they look really nice. These sold for 28 bucks, but you can definitely get more for this brand of shoes depending on the style and the condition. These ones, had a little bit of wear, so I was happy to accept that offer. Another pair of shoes I was happy to sell was these Circus by Sam Edelman. Mary Jane style velvety red heels. These were so pretty. I really love this style and they were in great condition. I am pretty sure these also came from the bins, so they were a great flip for 30 bucks. The next item, this was another bins pickup. I do not know how to pronounce this. I'm not even gonna try, but it's like an Italian designer suit. Basically, like the brand here is the maker of the wool that they use for the suits, and the brand on the suit was actually Saks Fifth Avenue. But this is when you want to look out for. They go for about like $30 to like $50, if not more, on eBay and stuff. This one was a pretty small size. So I just sold it for a little bit less, but it still sold in just a couple of weeks, and I was really happy with that because suit jackets can kind of sit for a while. So if I get one at like the bins and it's nothing super fancy and I get an offer on it, I'm probably just gonna take it because I don't want them to be sitting around. I actually have a lot of them that are sitting and they take up a little bit more room than other items. So they're definitely something that personally, if you're low on space, I like to move faster. Okay, these are some UGG slippers. I see these a lot at the bins, but these ones were actually in pretty nice condition. Like the lining wasn't too worn out or anything. So I grabbed these and they sold for $24 on Poshmark. You could probably get a little bit more for these if they're in good condition, especially now we're going into the colder seasons. The next item that sold is a brand that I'm kind of trying to experiment with a little more. It's called Cabby. This is what the tag looks like. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I have a better picture. There we go. So yeah, this was like a wide leg kind of flare style jean, so that's very on trend. They were a size 12, which is a great size, and they had the style name and everything. So I was able to find these. There weren't that many listed online, so the ones listed were going for about $30 to $40, so I sold mine for $30. And I bought these at the regular Goodwill for like $5.99, and they sold in just a couple of weeks. So definitely a good pair of jeans to be on the lookout for. Okay, the next item, I got this dress by Cheyenne, which is a brand I've picked up a couple times now. It says country where it mean it. It's like a Western kind of boho brand. And I've picked this up twice now, and it performed decent both times. I got this from like a going out of business thrift store sale that I went to, so I only paid $1 for it. Everything in the store was $1 that day, so I found a lot of really good stuff. I would have shared a haul, and I probably should have anyways, just shared some of the stuff at least, but it was like I got so much stuff that day. So yeah, I didn't really share the haul. But yep, I got this literally just a couple weeks ago, and I already sold for $18, so I was happy with that. Another fast sale was this buckle men's kind of burnout long sleeve top, and this sold for $18. I did pay $5 for it, but I was just happy to have a quick flip. I pretty much always pick up buckle men's stuff because it always moves super fast. It's kind of like torrid for me in women's, but like in men's, like I don't make as much of a profit on it a lot of times because I usually wind up paying up for it at the thrift store, but it always sells in like a week or two, so I can count on that. Okay, this is a more basic brand of bags you might find at the bins that gets passed up on a lot. It's called the Sack. They do not go for a lot. Like occasionally some more of the like leather styles by them can go for a bit. A lot of their styles are like crochet bags and stuff. But yeah, you can find this at the bins pretty often, and it usually will sell in a decent amount of time. So I usually pick them up if they're in good condition. And this one I had it listed for 21. Somebody sent me an offer for 15, and I just took it because it came from the bins. And my sales have been a little bit slower, so definitely more open to offers. Okay, these were some really cool Crocs I found at the bins. They were a collaboration. They had this like carrot theme design. These I had for a couple of months, but they did finally sell for 25 bucks, so I was pretty happy with that because like I said, they came from the bins, so they probably only cost $1 or $2. Okay, the next brand you definitely want to look out for is this Habitats clothes to live in brand. They make a lot of like nicer fabric tops and stuff, like linen and different kinds of things. This one felt like linen, but it was not linen. It was actually just rayon and nylon. But yeah, it was like a very nice lightweight tunic-y style blouse, very like common mature style that people are looking for. And this sold super fast. I got it at the bins and it sold for 20 bucks pretty fast, like a week or less. Okay, the next thing was these Abio sandals. These sold on a discount. I've been marking down sandals, swimwear, shorts, that kind of stuff that really only moves the best in the summer months for me. I have them all marked down to 40% off at this point because I just want those things to move so that they don't wind up sitting for me until next spring or summer, you know? So these I had just picked up recently, but they came from the bins, but they still sold fast for me for $18 because I marked them down and I was perfectly happy with that. Okay, the next item was these Croc slides. I actually picked these up at a Lana consignment sale, clearance sale just a couple weeks ago. They just started having one in my town. They hadn't had before. It was like the first time. So I decided to go on the last day when everything was 50% off and was really going with my son to like look for a couple things for him. But of course, the reseller in me is always looking to source. So I went back to the shoe section and they had quite a few shoes that were actually like women's shoes and stuff, which these were a women's size 8 Croc slides. And so I grabbed these and I was really surprised when I got home they had an even better sell-through rate and sell price than I was expecting. I spent like $22 or something on everything I got that day at the consignment sale because everything was so cheap. It was like $2 each, being 50% off. And so these sold for 20 bucks. So they practically paid for everything I got, which was several more pairs of kids' shoes to sell and some toys and books and stuff for my son. So that's pretty cool. Just an example of how when you're out and about, you can always be looking for things to resell, and the profit you make can balance out what you spend on other things for yourself and your family. Okay, the next item is this Torrid tank top. This was in a size 5X. Definitely would always pick up stuff in sizes like that from Torrid because they're just so hard to find for people that need larger sizes like that. So I picked this up for like $5 at Goodwill and it sold in like a month or so for $22.99 on eBay for me. Okay, the next plus size top that I sold was this one. It's by the brand Joy. This brand can be hit or miss, even though it retails for a bit and they are like nicer quality items. A lot of them are like just don't have the best resale rate, but since this was a size 2X and it was this super soft, comfy, gauzy material that a lot of people like right now, I knew it would perform well. And when I checked the comps, they were going for like $25 to $30. I sold this one on offer for $25. I was perfectly happy with that. It took about a month to sell, I want to say. Okay, the next thing that sold was this Wilson's leather, like maroon burgundy leather jacket for women. Was a size small. And I got this just a couple months ago, I think, and it's still sold for $35. Wilson's Leather is one of the leather jacket brands you can find pretty often at thrift stores and at the bins. And they're usually, if they're in decent condition, they're usually worth grabbing, and you can usually get $30 to $50 for them, if not more, depending on like the style and the size, of course. Okay, so the next thing was some J-Jill pants. These I got from the bins. They're the Wherever collection. Just extra large, slim ankle pants by J-Jill. And these sold for like $20, I want to say, on an offer. So I love picking up J-Jill, especially their plus size stuff. The next item that sold was this North Face thermoball vest is what I think it's called, thermoball vest. I had it listed for $50 and it sold for $40. And this wasn't like a puffer vest or anything. It was like a lightweight, thin kind of vest. And it still performed super well. I found this at the bins, so that was a great sale. Super happy to find that. Definitely be on the lookout for North Face, of course. The next item that sold is this Chico silk skirt. I'm trying to remember. I think I got this from the bins, but I might have paid up for it at Goodwill. Yeah, I think I did pay like $5 for this at Goodwill, and it wound up getting marked down a little bit with my summer clearance sale, even though I had just listed it. The way that I was marking things down, it would mark down the whole category, and I wasn't like selecting each item individually. So there's multiple options for if you want to run a sale on eBay. You can sit there and go through the category you want and select the items individually to make sure you don't mark down new items. Personally, I was just going for a faster approach, so I just marked down the whole category, which is fine. So this sold for $19. Not bad. It sold in just a couple weeks, and I'd only paid $5 for it, so works for me. The next thing that sold is these Echo Yucatan sandals. I've showed these several times in my haul videos, so I just wanted to show you guys that they do sell. This one was 25% off for the summer clearance sale. I'd had these for just a few weeks or a month. They were pretty sandy. I tried to wipe most of the sand off, but there was still a little bit of sand on them. And these sold for like $22, but they came from the bins, and I find these at the bins all the time. Like, I swear, like once a week I find these. If not, maybe like every 2 weeks. Okay, next item that sold is this Lucky Brand top. I've been having a lot of luck lately with Lucky Brand in size large and up, just in basic tops like this. I started out just getting like the extra large ones and stuff, but then I picked this one up for myself actually, and then I just didn't like how it fit, so I threw it up for $20 and it sold like next day. So that's pretty good because you can find Lucky Brand pretty often at thrift stores, and for $5 and a 20 in like just a couple days or a couple weeks, that's a pretty good flip in my view. Okay, next item I found was this cool Coco Chanel like hard sunglass case. I definitely think it was authentic. I thought I had a picture of the inside. That's so strange. I swear it had more of a logo on the inside, but I can't find the picture of that. But anyways, I thought these would go for a little bit more, but they weren't. They were only going for like $20 to $30, so I just accepted an offer for $20 on this, and it still sold pretty fast though in like a week. The next item was this Bob Mackie 100% silk floral top. I have been finding this brand pretty often lately. The artsier and the more colorful and like creative style it is, the better. This one was 100% silk, and it was also a size 2X, so it had a lot of factors going for it. And that's what I would look for in this brand. And so this one sold for about $30, and it sold super fast, like literally a day or two after I listed it. So you could get more for it, is probably what that means. When items like this sell super fast, you probably could have got a little more for it, but I always just want to move things quickly, and I was still making a good profit, so I was fine with that. And this one came from the regular Goodwill. I paid about $5 for it, and I actually just bought another top from this brand literally yesterday in an extra large, listed it, and already today it's sold, and it sold for like $25 or something. So definitely keep an eye out for this in like the plus size section, especially. Those are the ones that'll move super fast for you in that brand. Okay, the next one is this Talbot's button up sailboat print top. I can't remember if I got this from the bins. I think I did, so I only had like $1 into it or so, and this sold for $18, I think, on an offer I received on eBay, and it sold pretty fast as well. So the plus size is a great factor to get items in pretty bread and butter brands like Talbot's to move a lot faster for you. And this is another plus size top that I picked up at the bins. I just grabbed this based on style. I did not know the brand. I was like, style and size. It's a 3X. It's like a boho style tunicky top. Very pretty. That should sell. I thought maybe I'd get $10-15 for it. Then when I looked it up, they were actually had like 100% sell-through rate. This Indigo Thread Co. brand in the plus sizes, and they were going for like 25 to 30. So that's what I listed for, and I think I wound up accepting an offer for like $22 on that. So definitely keep an eye out for that one. This I found at the bins. It was a Ralph Lauren Sport cashmere blend little like sweater top, and this sold for $30 on eBay in just a couple of weeks. I love picking up Ralph Lauren, and this just with it being a cashmere blend, It just looked like a really cute little style sweater, like preppy golf top that people would like. The next item was this torrid dress in a size 1, which is a 1X. I got this from the bins. I'd had it for a little while and it hadn't sold, so somebody sent me an offer for 22 and I happily accepted it because I still made a great profit and it took a couple of months to sell. Okay, the next item was these Skechers. These are the Luxe Foam wedges. I've been picking these up a lot more after picking up the first pair like a month or two ago because I realized they have like 100% sell-through rate on this style by Skechers, the Luxe Foam wedge sandals specifically. And so yeah, I'm definitely picking these up from now on when I see them at the bins. These ones I accept an offer for $15 on, but you should be able to get more like 20 to 25 if you don't mind waiting. The next item is this new with tags Patricia Nash scarf. I know that Patricia Nash is a good brand in handbags and stuff, so when I saw this at the bins, brand new with tags, I grabbed it. It's super lightweight, maybe paid 50 cents to $1 for it, and it sold on an offer in just a couple days for 20 bucks. The next item that sold, I had this for a while actually. I did pick it up in like spring or summer, so I've had it for a few months. It's by the brand Sacred Threads, which is a good brand in like their boho style kind of items, and it had a lot of interest on every platform, so I just held out and it finally sold for 30 bucks on eBay. So definitely be on the lookout for that brand and just anything with this like boho patchworky style and stuff. If you didn't know the brand, I think it's worth looking up. Okay, so these are the worst sales. This is a Michael by Michael Kors, like metallic-y striped off the shoulder dress I had. It was in a size small. I picked this up a while ago. It was not moving, did not have much interest or anything. I had it marked down on a sale to like $6. Somebody sent me an offer for $4, and I just took it to move it, get it out of my inventory, make room for new items. So I'm just glad to have it gone. It did come from the bin, so I didn't lose any money on it at least. Another thing I am just like almost never picking up anymore are boat shoes. I just feel like in any brand they're just not popular anymore. These were Tommy Bahama leather boat shoes I'd picked up a while ago. I think I've had these for a year or more. I'm not exactly sure. I don't keep track of like exactly when I buy items on like a spreadsheet or anything like that. So it's just a rough estimate based on how long I've been looking at them in my inventory. But anyways, these finally sold on Poshmark. They did come from the bin, so like same with the last item, I didn't lose any money. I made $7.05, and they probably cost me like $1 or $2, depending on how much I was buying that day. So not a loss, but I definitely would not pick these up again. Okay, the next item is like the same way. I picked these up from the bins probably like 6 to 9 months ago. They're just some men's like faux leather combat boots. I thought they looked nicer than they were. The brand was called Public Opinion. And yeah, these just sat for a while. I finally got an offer for 13 bucks and I just took it. So I made like $10 off of them, and they came from the bins as well. So I still made a profit, but I would not pick this item up again. Okay, the next item was these Mia black booties. This is kind of like a low-end shoe boot brand you can find. I'm not exactly sure where they're sold, but they do not resell very well. I picked these up probably like last year, last fall, winter, whatever you want to call it. And these only sold for $4 finally. I was just glad to get them gone, and I will not be picking up this brand again. It is hard to resist because I feel like I almost slightly have the same mindset I used to have, where I'm just like, okay, we're going into fall and winter. Boots are a big seller this time of year. Even if they're not the best brand, they still can sell, so I should pick them up. But I've realized, like from experience now, that that's not true. I should not just pick them up based on style or the fact their boots are in season when they're not good brands and stuff, because they don't actually perform anywhere near as well as the ones that are good brands, good styles, things people are looking for this year. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Don't make the same mistake I did. Okay, another example of a free people item that just didn't perform well. I feel like a lot of resellers are having the same issue with free people. You have to get pickier and pickier with this brand because there's just more and more out there, I guess. So this was a really cute dress. I thought I honestly would have kept it for myself if it looked a little more flattering on me. But yeah, it took a while to sell, probably 9 months or so at least it's been listed, and it still hadn't moved. So I think I either accepted an offer, I lowered it to $9, and somebody purchased it finally. So yeah, I'm definitely getting pickier with free people. That being said, like I still like instinctively just get excited when I find it at the bins and stuff because it could be a really good piece, and it's so cheap there that I still feel like it's worth picking up most of it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? If you're paying $1 for it, will you still pick up any free people you find, or are you starting to check comps on that specific style and be more selective? Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, the next item that took forever to sell. Oh my gosh, I have literally had these for so long. One of the oldest items in my shop, I think, is these Old Navy perfect straight jeans in a size 2. Personally, I thought these were really cute, but they took so long to sell, probably because of the color. They're bright, not bright, but like they're pink. Not a lot of people probably want pink jeans, and they're a size 2. So extremely small size that limits, your market and your potential buyers. So yeah, these just took a while to sell. Also, Old Navy jeans just don't perform that great in general, because they don't retail for a lot. They finally sold for like $6, and I was so happy with that. They did come from the bin, so at least they didn't have a lot into them. These jeans also I had much higher hopes for. They were like new with tags, new old stock, ginger, vintage, like mom jeans from the 80s or 90s. And I really thought these would perform better and sell for like 20 or 30 bucks or something, but I have had them for so long. I think I finally got an offer for like 10 bucks on eBay, and I happily took it because yeah, these have been sitting for at least a year, and they did come from the bin. So once again, I didn't lose money, but this is not an item I would probably pick up again. I would definitely, like, if I found something like this again, I would check the comps and go off of that instead of just assuming like, oh, vintage mom jeans, new with tags, new old stock, these are definitely worth selling. I would definitely check the comps instead and just stop making those assumptions, because personally I just hate having items sit around for such a long time and not sell. And that's it for today's What Sold video. I hope you guys learned some new items, or maybe items that are not worth picking up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel and please hit the thumbs up button. It helps me a lot. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed day.